That's right, Dan. And Scott Rowles, he did plead not guilty to those charges. His case is being talked about in legal circles here in Washington state and could be an example of what's to come.
Alleging vehicular homicide.
It's really the first case we've had under the per se limit.
More than a year after Scott Rowles' arrest, after a deadly accident on Mill Plain in Vancouver, the 48-year-old Milwaukee man is back in court, this time to plead not guilty to vehicular homicide charges. The victim, 62-year-old Donald Collins, was killed while walking across the street. He was not in a crosswalk, and it was dark. A second driver slammed on his brakes to avoid hitting him, but it was Rowles who ultimately did.
Completely sad situation. This person is killed.
Defense attorney Andrew Wheeler is not connected to the case, but says the new marijuana law has changed how he handles DUI cases. State law now says if a driver tests above 5.0 nanograms per milliliter of THC, he or she is considered impaired. Before the marijuana law passed, the state had to prove that drivers were in fact affected by marijuana.
The state doesn't have to look at his field sobriety test results. They don't have to look at how the accident happened. They don't have to look at the lighting anymore. They have to say, was he driving? Yes. Was he in Clark County, Washington? Yes. What was his reading?
State police say more drivers are testing positive for THC. In fact, blood tests are up at 27% compared to 18% the year before. Both state police and Wheeler say they're not reading too much into the numbers. In fact, Wheeler says his cases involving marijuana are down this year, but with dispensaries set to open, possibly in February, you should be aware. And Rowles' toxicology results showed at about 7.2 nanograms per milliliter of THC. That's above the 5.0 legal limit. Wheeler says for people under the age of 21, there is a zero tolerance policy. Live in Vancouver, Jessica Morkert, KOIN 6 News.